Kingsway Christian Knights going to play in Trico 1A League action. The Knights trying to hold on to their position as the number 2 seed because United has clinched the top seed for the Trico. They are the league champions. Their last few games are just for show. They are the champions. They can improve, but you want to go into the playoffs on a roll rather than trying to get people readjusted to playing the normal type of soccer that you want to play.
Yeah, definitely. Today's going to be one of those days for United to figure some things out, try some new strategies if they can. They're going to play players in different positions that probably haven't played before. You know, they're trying to figure something out, how to make the team stronger for the state tournament, the district tournament, and they'll see how they move on from there. Like you said, right now they already clinched the league title. They're not too worried about, I mean, they want to keep the undefeated record for league, but at the same time you want to get better. Try kids that haven't played positions before because you are going to face tougher teams down the road.
Yeah, and this is kind of the perfect game to play that because Kingsway Christian is a good school. So it's better to test undecided positions against a good school rather than a school that you're just going to run over, that the subs are going to run over them too. So you want to play some talent against other talent and see what you've got, because if you do get an injury or something like that and someone has to step in, you'll know how they're going to play in that position going forward.
Yeah, and that's a thing to keep in mind because, United is usually a pretty aggressive team, and I don't think they're going to change that anytime soon. I think they're going to come out strong. They're going to try to win this game. Kingsway, it's a tough team. Last time United went down to play at Kingsway, it was on a turf field. Gustavo was out, and Kingsway gave him a pretty good battle. The final score was 1-0, and it took United quite a bit to get that goal in. So it's going to be interesting. I know the United kids are going to play hard. Talking to Rick Shepard before the game, he mentioned these kids work really hard. Usually past years there's kids that struggle with grades and why not, but, when you have a good team that really cares about each other, they're going to work towards anything, and they're keeping each other up. Everybody's eligible to play, and I think the more players you have, the more different lineups that you can make.
Yeah, that is a key that's going to happen. Here comes the ball. United started out with it right on the money. Is going to come forward out of the pack is Gustavo Berragon. Starters for United: Alan Contreras in goal, Dawson Hall, Nicholas Patching, Brandon Cruz, Gustavo Berragon, Andreas Malinat, Brian Wood, Isaac Garibay, David Van Vleck, Jonathan Van Vleck, and Corbin Mansker. Ball sent back to Garibay. Garibay to Patching. Patching, low shot, didn't get all of it, wanted to get under the ball. Ball goes back to the middle of the field, cut off. Cruz tried to center it. That gets taken away by Dylan Kolf. Kingsway working their way up the field. Kolf with it. Long pass forward up towards Garrett Cochell. No, that was not Cochell. That was Uriah Beckley. Contreras will clear it out of the box over to Cruz. Starters for Kingsway Christian: Colton Lang, Colton Dahlia, Carson Tice, Austin Lucer, Jared Jarvie, Colby Burns-Atkins, Chandler Wan, Jarrett Cochell, Chris Cotton, Dylan Koff, and Uriah Beckley. Long ball down the far sideline. Here comes United again, working the way into the box. Berragon sidesteps one, still has it. Gets through the defense. Berragon with a little flick and a goal. Gustavo Berragon on the baseline, penetrates. 2 minutes in, Gustavo puts United up 1-0. And we said they were going to come out in a different formation. They did not. They scored. Now would be the time to move and adjust and get things how you want it to go.
Yeah, it was a good breakaway by Gustavo. And like I said, last time Kingsway faced this team, Gustavo was not playing. He tried to play for a couple minutes, but the injury that he had took him out of the game. Even on that game, just keep him rested. Coach Malina did not want to risk it. And, this is what you get when you have a healthy team. Right now, almost everybody, if not everybody here in the United team is 100% healthy, and they're able to play at a high level, high intensity, and that pressure that United has been known for this season, pressuring the defensive back for the other teams, they're getting back to it, and it's working out for them just fine now.
On the restart, the ball is played out of bounds, and Cruz will throw in. Gets it to Garibay. He'll go back to the back line to Dawson Hall. Hall crosses the field. It's short, but Wood does a good job of coming up and clearing. Gets it to Mansker. Corbin goes behind Barragon. Goes to the foot of Lasseur. Back comes Jarrett Cochell. Cochell with the possession over to Chandler Wan. Played back. Barragon with it. Barragon through to Patching. Patching. Long pass. Cut off. Nicely done by Lausser. Over to Garibay. Isaac on the run. Isaac down the far sideline. Finds Jonathan Van Vleck. Jonathan to the corner flag. He'll shield off Colton Dahlia. Van Vleck with a low cross. Goes off the back of Barragon. Defender comes across, clears out. Nicely done by Carson Tice. High ball up in the air by Kolf. Kolf sends it forward. On the midfield is Cochell. Cochell long pass up the field towards Beckley. Beckley couldn't catch up to it. Cleared out by Brian Wood. Throw in Carson Tice. Tice. Throw in down the sideline. Goes under the foot of Beckley. Taken away. Andreas Malinat gets his pocket picked. Back to midfield is Chris Cotton. Taken away on the back line. Cruz. High centering pass. Mansker trying to run it down, getting there first. And there's going to be a free kick. They'll say Mansker got too much of the leg of Tice. Free kick. And Austin Losser will take it. Sends it into the box. Contreras punches it out, but it'll go out to Dahlia. Dahlia centers. Gets a shot. Contreras diving, and the ball will go wide. He breathes a sigh of relief as Coachell misses wide.
And that was a well-taken shot by Kingsway, too. They noticed that Contreras wasn't in position since he was still backpedaling, and they just tried to put it over him. Contreras make a good cover some good ground with a dive. Lucky for him, that ball just went to the side.
Contreras, not the tallest player out there, keeper-wise, and he stretched as far as he could, but if that ball would have been on target, that would have been in the net. Patching. Gets it to Garibay. Garibay will swing to Cruz. Cruz will move up the field. Cruz had a good game on Tuesday against White Salmon.
Yeah, he scored his first career goal in high school, I believe, and he was very excited. We gave him, I believe, the play of the game, and, you know, he really, really enjoyed that. And, you know, it's one of those things that they just look forward to.
Mansker with a lead pass in. Malinut will back up. Cut off by Dahlia. Dahlia will send it out of play. That was a long run, a good cross by Mansker. Thrown in to Andreas, to Barragon. Barragon ping-pongs his way through. Barragon still with it. Barragon turns, ball deflected into the box. Keeper will catch it. Mansker taps it away, but it'll go out of play. Heads up play by Mansker, and they'll say it went off the keeper. Corner coming for United.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I know Coach Malinat likes to tell their kids. You know, the ball is not dead till you see that goalkeeper securing the ball. If they don't have it in hand, always go there and pressure the ball because you just never know. Corbin did a good job on crashing into that 50-50 ball and was able to poke and get a corner kick out of it.
Garibay's corner goes to the back side, trying to lead Van Vleck. Cruz will cut it off, but that he'll push it too far in front of Jonathan Van Vleck. Ball out of bounds, goal kick coming for Kingsway Christian. The Knights will back up. Colton Lang, not the furthest goal kick, but it does the job. There's a long clearance by Lausser, long run coming for Kolf. Dillon will stop and turn, still has it. Kolf trying to get around David Van Vleck, but Cruz comes up, tries to clear, blocked by Kolf, and then Patching will finally send the ball to midfield, but sent right back up by Lausser. Garibay turns back to Cruz. Cruz centers, to Barragon. It goes under his foot, though. Ball up to Burns Atkins. Kobe. Long pass to Beckley. Uriah Beckley down the sideline. Gets by Wood. Step over, but Wood gets a stick in there. Mansker will cut it off. Mansker will save it. Back heel to Wood. Good back heel patching. Down the sideline, and that'll go off of Kingsway Christian. Chandler won. That ball will come right back. Van Vleck didn't get a good clearance. Ball to the middle of the field, but right to the foot of Patching. Patching up to Malunet. Andreas stops, turns. Back to the middle of the field. Layoff to Garibay. Garibay up to Barragon. Gustavo turns. Starts to work the ball up the field. Looks up. Has Van Vleck trailing. Goes back to Garibay instead. Back to David Van Vleck. Or Jonathan Van Vleck. Back to Garibay. Garibay turns, spins off one guy, plays it down the sideline, nobody there. Ball cleared out by the Knights. Throw in coming for United, and Cruz will run up to throw it in. Brandon will throw in on the far sideline, has it. He's got Malunet in front of him. Barragon coming over, Gustavo. Tries to cut middle of the field, 1-on-3. It'll be taken back by Dawson Hall. Hall over to Patching. Patching with a deep shot high over the crossbar. Deep shot. Keeper Lang had it covered.
Yeah, and it was a good shot by Nicholas Patching. He was feeling that shot. He tried one earlier, it was down low. I think he finally adjusted. He put that good shot on target. Unfortunately for him, he just went a bit over the bar.
The goal kick goes right to Mansker. Mansker on the run. Mansker gets shoved off the ball by Jarvie. Mansker trying to run it back down. Jarvie slides. Ball up to the top of the box. Malunet sidesteps one and took too long on his shot. Patching comes sliding in. Ball taken away by Burns Atkins. Deep pass cut off by Dawson Hall. United will regroup. Back to Garibay. Isaac to Andreas Malunet. To Patching. Patching one touch through. Flicked over his head by Burns Atkins. But right back to Garibay to Cruz down the sideline. Cruz to Malunet. Steps on top of it but makes up ground. Still has it is Andreas. Down the sideline towards Barragon. Barragon. Couple of step overs. Now he goes but is covered well by Austin Lasser. Ball in the middle of the field. Garibay cuts it off. But Beckley will have it back. Beckley tries to lead pass, but Cruz will cut it off. Brandon Cruz playing very well in this last couple of games. Patching to the near sideline to Mansker. Mansker settles, tries to play to the middle of the field, cut off by Burns Atkins. Garibay with the steal. Gets it over to Van Vleck. Jonathan Van Vleck playing it up, trying to lead Barragon. Ball back to the middle of the field to Chandler Wan. Wan to the sideline, misses everybody. Flicked over the top of Chris Cotton was the intended target. Throw in, Jonathan Van Vleck to throw in. It'll go off the head of Louser. And now Austin sends that one high into the air. Throw in coming for United. Cruz will throw in. Brandon on the far sideline goes to Patching. Patching collects, settles it over his head, spins with the heel. Ball goes right back to him. Patching cut off though by Louser. Austin. Long kick up the field is Kolf, but that'll be too long, and Alan Contreras is right there on the spot. Contreras, quick kick down the field. Mansker will track it down. Header goes to Barragon. Barragon leads Van Vleck. Jonathan just too far in front of him. Couldn't stretch the leg long enough. Garibay goes down on the field. It's a little slick. Cruz gets a shove from behind, but he keeps his Momentum going forward. Mansker cuts off the pass. Over it goes to Malinut. Andreas sidesteps one. Andreas looking for the shot, takes it high over the crossbar.
Yeah, and that's a good idea by Andres Malinut. He's right on top of the 18. They're giving him that shot, even if he's getting pushed or shoved. These United kids are showing some strength. And the fact that they can't get pushed around very easily, they saw Gustavo Berrigan, how he always bumps into players, and he's able to continue his dribble with the ball and able to take a shot.
Wood will cut off a pass at midfield. And Gustavo is very good at taking a bump but spinning off of it and keeping his momentum alive. He uses the defense against them when they're on their heels trying to get a bump off. There's a stumble by Tice. Long cross over to the far side of the field to Chris Cotton. Cotton sends it backwards to Dahlia. Dahlia still controls the ball. Over to Louser. Long pass up. Cut off by David Van Vleck, and David will turn and send that out of play. A long kick out of bounds. Running it down is Tice. He will throw in as well. There's just under 26 minutes to go, and it is 1-0 United over Kingsway Christian after a second-minute goal by Gustavo Berrigan. Tice with a short throw in. Ball sent to the middle of the field. Van Vleck will cut it off. That'll go back over to Cotton. Chris gets cut off by Cruz. Cruz with a good stick. Ball goes back to Dahlia. Dahlia, his pass to Burns Atkins in the middle of the field. Cut off by Patching. Nicholas step over, turns. Plays it back to Cruz to reset. Down the far sideline. To Van Vleck. Jonathan goes to Garibay. Back to Patching. Patching to Andreas Malinut. Malinut through to Berrigan. Berrigan trying to outrun his man, and he'll tip it out of bounds, but that'll be cleared by Louser.
And I don't know if Kingsway is thinking about this, but I don't think it's the best idea to leave Gustavo one-on-one with your center back defender. Gustavo's, if he gets control of that ball, he'll be able to get around him and dribble one-on-one against the goalkeeper.
Malinut sends it backwards. Yeah, that's one that it's risky, but so far Louser has shown that he's got the ability to move up and down the field. He's got some skill, and he's got the height advantage over most players. Free kick coming for the Knights, and Louser will take it right across midfield. Austin will set it up. Everybody down the field. Only player back with him is going to be Jared Jarvie. Knights. Louser into the box. Right off the chest of Beckley. Uriah sidesteps Wood, and then Wood will come back and make a good play. David Van Vleck sends it down the field. There's a handball, obvious handball by Louser. No call on it. Back to the near sideline. Tice. Up to Austin Louser, making a run now. Sidesteps one, still on the run. Shot from deep, Contreras. Diving save. Big play by Austin Louser, moving up from his center back spot. Made a couple of players miss and took a deep shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot taken by him. He knows that the grass is wet. It's a bit slippery down there, a bit muddy. You never know when that ball hits down on the grass. You never know which way it's going to go. It skips faster, loses the backspin, so it doesn't slow down. It actually picks up some speed, and Alan Contreras with a good save at the end of it.
Uriah Beckley to take the corner. Beckley. Line drive into the near post, flicked up by Garibay. Allows Contreras to turn, and then a shot taken by Louser. Caught by Contreras this time. And then Allen will drop kick it down the field, trying to get it to Berrigan. Gustavo heads it to himself, trying to outrun Dahlia. He'll stop, turn, gets into the box. Berrigan over to Van Vleck with the shot, and just wide of goal. Ball will keep on rolling, but it'll finally go out. Goal kick coming for the Knights. Good counterattack that time by United.
Yeah, and it was a good idea by Alan Contreras to take a look up the field and see Gustavo one-on-one with that center back, and once he saw that, he just put the ball kicked the ball as hard as he could to put him one-on-one.
Bettergon again, but this time dispossessed by Louser. Wood tried to steal it from behind on Beckley, but send it out of play. Throw in coming for the Knights. Tice will throw it in. Tice down the sideline to Beckley. Mansker will cut it off. Burns Adkins will have it in the middle of the field, trying to get around Garibay. Garibay playing good defense, gets the deflection off of the other player. Baragon turns, but Louser is all over him. Patching to Mansker. Mansker, one touch to Malinut. Back to David. He'll cut it off, and Garibay will send it to the middle of the field. Jarvie can't handle it. Baragon sidesteps. Savo sidesteps another, steps on the ball, and Louser will cut it off. Baragon comes right back to it. Will have the ball, but there is a free kick coming for United. A little too much contact up top, and this is everybody's range. Malinut will take it.
Yeah, and you know that's one of those things that you like to see from Gustavo Baragon. He knows he's just coming back from an injury, so he wants to make up all that work that he has missed. So he loses the ball, and he turns around right away and gets it back, gets a foul in his favor, and see if they can put this one on frame.
Malinut straight on, puts it towards the goal, and there's a goal! Keeper and Malinut with the free kick. The 20th minute. Andreas put it on the spot. Keeper had it lined up, laying, but his feet came out from under him, couldn't dive. And Malinut makes it 2-0 United on top of Kingsway Christian. They're loving the twos right now. In the second minute. Ball back down